Well, you know what they say. There's no shame in losing to, let me just check, the last place team in the Eastern Conference. The Oilers fall 5-1 to the Buffalo Sabres. No shame at all. My goodness, a lot to talk about tonight on the GCL Diesel Oil Stream postgame show. Tom Gazzola with you, Ben Thomson as well inside the EST Global HQ. We're going to hear from Matt Kassian, our game analyst. He'll be stopping by in a few minutes. Highly encourage you to text in your thoughts on an absolute stinker of a game from the guys in orange and blue tonight. 780-218-9999. Jump into the nasty chat. I see a lot of people getting in there already. And my, I'm just reading our EST group chat, and the boys are spicy. The boys are spicy. Even the Latino Heat, he's throwing some stats out there, Betty. He's got the high danger chances for Buffalo 14, Edmonton 4.
Makes sense.
That blatantly obvious. They did nothing offensively tonight. They were putrid. Of course, as we get set to break this one down, we will remind folks that GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to ejectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years. Proud partners of the Oil Stream. Did you? I heard you breathing deep there. I gave you a minute. Were those fumes, or were serenity now, insanity later? That was so bad. Like, they did nothing all night.
They did nothing. Like, I was really curious to see what those stats would say, like in terms of high danger chances, because sometimes they're misleading, and sometimes
Sure.
I disagree with them in terms of what they.
It's subjective.
Yes, 4 high danger chances almost sounds flattering to the Oilers. I genuinely. Whatever they had, how many shots they had tonight? 30? 32.
Yeah.
32 shots tonight, and they were all from the outside. Just zero intensity, lack of just there was no efficient offense tonight. It was all just KL working around, shot from the point, no one's there. Okay, maybe we'll cycle out a turnover. And then Buffalo comes back. Like just when I thought this offense was starting to turn around a little bit, I get smacked in the face with reality.
See, I wasn't sure about this. They're back, they're coming around thing. Like, I looked at that second period against Carolina. They got their asses kicked in that second period.
They absolutely did.
Today, they got their asses kicked by the last place team, now tied with the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Oh, boy.
In the Eastern Conference. And the Leafs are a mess right now, too. And I know the Eastern Conference is tight, and I know that now that they won tonight, Buffalo's only 4 points out of a wild card spot. I get that.
Yep.
But this is a team of franchise absolutely mired in dysfunction and disarray and everything bad you could say about an organization. And they always got their asses kicked. They got their asses kicked by the Buffalo Sabres tonight. Didn't even look dangerous. You heard the high danger chances for that Hernan threw at us in our chat. Like, this is embarrassing. I thought they got embarrassed 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
Nope.
I was right with the score.
What
I said it was going to be 5-1.
You just had the teams reversed?
Teams reversed.
Good try.
Thanks. It was kind of close.
Yeah.
They're like there's a lot of decisions tonight that I didn't agree with.
Okay.
A lot of different plays. I'll start this off with, for one, Connor Leon. I blame this game solely, or at least the majority of it, on Connor and Leon. I thought they were not great tonight.
What'd they do tonight?
Nothing.
Not much.
They did nothing. I tried to made a nice feed of Rostovic on a goal.
Yes.
But I'd expect a lot of people to make that pass that he made.
Great goal.
Nice shot. Rostovic continues to stay hot. But Connor and Leon didn't have the juice. I mean, Zach Hyman gave his, Zach Hyman, effort. And I'm not saying he's
missed like 5 months.
Yes, like he's still getting the swing of things. I didn't think he was bad tonight, but it was honestly, I think it was led by their forward or by their top guys on the forward core. I thought their depth had some moments where they took over the game a little bit, but for the most part, man, like it was just a sleepy, just go through the motions type night for this team in orange and blue. So frustrating. Like, you would think that this was like, okay, they've won 3 of 4. They're in Buffalo against the worst team in the Eastern Conference at that point. This should be a night where, like, hey, get the win tonight.
Go get it.
Go get the win tonight.
Take it away from them. They're not good.
And this is what I'm giving credit to this text from the Hangout on Friday. Big Dave, I believe.
What Big Dave say?
The Oilers expect to win. The Oilers don't want to win. That I'm stealing that. I think that is the exact way you can describe tonight's game. They walked into Buffalo looking, okay, this is the worst team in the Eastern Conference. We've won the West back-to-back years. If we come out, we just play. We could probably still win this game.
It's 21 games into the year, man.
There was no want to win today.
No.
They expected the win.
Yeah.
And because of that, they're looking at a score 5-1 for Buffalo.
Oh, come on in, Edmonton Oilers, to this building. We're just going to give you 2 points.
Yeah.
Here you go. Thanks for coming out. See you later. Go around, twirl, smile a little bit, put up the puck, then go home. Here's the 2 points. Doesn't work that way. They get their asses kicked. This text says, like the Oilers, I will only pay attention for 4 to 5 minutes. Bravo. I will give that. If you give me the board, there it is. Oh, yes. Well played. Well played. Very good. All right. Get those texts in 780-218-9999. Jump to the dash. The Oilers get their asses kicked by the Buffalo Sabres. I don't know how else to put it. They were not the better team at all. Even in their brief moments where they were in the offensive zone, they scored on the rush, by the way. I don't know, sustained pressure was there any from Edmonton? Minimal, sure, okay. Did they get any great slot shot opportunities?
Nothing.
Not really. Did they make Colton Ellis's life miserable?
No.
A guy playing his 4th NHL game. Nobody knew who the hell that guy was this morning when they woke up in oil country today. He looked great because they made it easy for him. Wow.
Yeah. You couldn't honestly throw in any goalie in there tonight, and I think the same result is happening.
Peter Ing.
Honestly, pick anyone, and it's the same result tonight. There was no chances tonight where I was going oh, really nice save, Ellis. That was a really nice save. Oh, good player, whatever. There was none of that tonight. It was just okay, it makes
That's solid. Good job.
Go save. Yeah, whatever. I'm convinced a AAA midget goalie would have had the exact same result tonight. There was nothing high danger or alarming, threatening, dangerous from this Oilers offense today.
You know what's alarming? Edmonton's play through 21 games.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's alarming.
Yes.
Yikes. Text us. We want to hear from you. The Oilers stick it up. Simple as that. They outshoot Buffalo 33-28. Okay. Sure. They pulled their goalie with 4.5 minutes left, or just under 4.5 minutes left. There's about 5 icings, and then Tage Thompson zips one into the middle of the net from 150 feet down.
You're down by, what's the chances you're coming back from down 4 minutes left? I put it under 1%.
I agree.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's get to some text. This one from no name on it. It says, serious question, TG. Does anyone get any enjoyment out of watching this team? I've never seen a more boring team in my life. At least back in the day when they sucked, McDavid and Draisaitl would make some crazy plays and be dominant. This team is just boring AF. It is a boring team to watch. They don't really do anything. There's no I've been using this last few days. There has been very minimal satisfying games for Oilers fans this year. Yeah. There's been relief when they win some of these games, especially a bunch of them are in overtime. A bunch of them are close. Some of them were boy, they got lucky tonight. Yeah. Only two games have we been that was probably satisfying. You felt good about the Oilers. And we said, they're coming along. All right, here we go. Vancouver.
And Utah.
By the way, that Utah game, they only played 40 minutes.
Yeah, that first period was rough.
They had to have a conversation with one another in the locker room to remind them that they needed to wake the F up. 2 games out of 21 have been satisfying, in my opinion, for Oiler fans. You go into Buffalo. You've won 2 games on this road trip. Hardest road trip of the year, longest road trip of the year. You've
Good
won
start.
2 games.
Good start.
Great start.
Yeah.
Like, you're lucky, but you did it.
Yep.
Good job. Build on it. You're playing the worst team in the Eastern Conference as of this morning, and they smack you around. Smack you around. That's pathetic.
And one of the things that Jack pointed out on the broadcast, it wasn't even a Tage Thompson, Alex Tuck night.
It was not.
This was an Ostland, Malenstein depth game. I thought Ryan McLeod was making some plays for Buffalo today. To me, it's just like you
Roseanne.
Yeah.
Did anybody know it wasn't Roseanne had a night?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like the depth of Buffalo, which they're injured, by the way. Buffalo's hurt.
Oh yeah,
they're missing guys.
The Advantage Sport Medicine and Physiotherapy injury report was very long for the Sabres on the pregame show.
They are missing key guys that are roster. And guys that were either in the AHL or barely playing for this team took over and beat this Oilers team.
Yep.
They wanted to win more.
Yep.
They wanted to win more. That's
sad. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Library Pat says the Montreal game was entertaining too. Not sure about satisfying. Blech.
Yes, it was definitely
exactly
entertaining. Definitely entertaining.
Library Pat, yeah, exactly. You're like, that was fun. What a finish.
Yeah.
I don't know about them. That was a little bit too much seat of their pants.
Yeah.
Not sad, but yeah, it's just, what are you doing out there, you guys? You're better than that. Blech.
Walking Camel's Cat said that they're also last in that league too. In the AHL.
Oh boy. Rochester is, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Good to know.
This one from Ken says, why are we surprised? Last place team, a goalie who's hardly played in the NHL equals guaranteed Oilers loss. And credit to everybody who was making that joke or saying it seriously earlier today.
Yeah.
You were right.
Yeah.
These guys prove you right. That's why people make these jokes or point these things out. And guess what? They made you right again. Unbelievable. And I'm in awe of how unbelievable it is. 5-1 to the Buffalo Sabres. Jeez. Let's go to this one. Sask Oiler fan says, looking forward to Knobloch regurgitating the same old, we still haven't found our game BS. Second rookie coach in a row doesn't have the balls to hold guys accountable. I find it comical that the so-called experts in Edmonton media, you included, Tom, scoff at the idea of hiring a hard-ass coach. It's an effing country club atmosphere. Trent Frederick proves my last statement as true. Sask Oiler fan. Sask Oiler fan, I'll just say what I have to say. Yeah, but they're not going to fire him unless things go completely sideways. I'm being logical, pal.
Yes.
I'm being. You want the 6th coach in the last 7 years that they just signed to an extension? I'm not saying he hasn't been good as a coach this year. I'm just saying his record's been good. They just extended him. The team's actually in an okay spot despite how bad it's played generally this year. It's not realistic unless things go so sideways. So if you want to point the finger at me, I'll point and tell you exactly why they won't do it.
Yeah.
It's logic and reason. You don't have to like the coach. You might think he's doing a terrible job. That's fine. But if you think that they're going to gas him at 9, 8, and 4,
they're not. Simply not.
After becoming the quickest to 100 wins, and
he just signed an extension.
So there you go, dude. I understand your frustration. You guys in the media, you say this. Here's why. It's not logical unless things go so bad that all they can do is get rid of him.
They would have to be,
and they're not there, pal.
They would have to be.
They're not there right now. Even though that was a terrible performance.
It was horrible.
Sorry. Sometimes we have to defend ourselves.
No,
don't get me wrong. We're no angels.
Yes.
Trust me. And we hear it from people all the time. But you got to use logic here. All right, Sask, Oiler fan? Come on, man. Thank you for the text, though. I appreciate it. Thank you for listening. I appreciate that, too.
That's the whole thing. If Knobloch was in his final year of his deal and he hadn't just signed his extension and the Oilers were worse than what the record is right now, I think the conversation would be more entertained. By media, I'll say.
Sure. But Sask Oiler guy's getting back in there. He says, no, Tom, they're not going to fire him.
Yeah.
I realize that. The point is they hired him in the first place.
Well,
I was as surprised as everybody. All right? And all he's done is won.
Yeah.
All he's done is won. Two Stanley Cup Finals. Game 7, Game 6. I don't know, man. Like,
what do you like? To me, I don't get me wrong. We can blame management and all this stuff.
How's Berube doing in Toronto right now?
Exactly. Like,
there's a hard ass coach.
My thing is, one is I think the management knows how they think, well, what's the best coach to resonate with the players? And they thought that was Knoblauch. And then how can you blame them for extending Knoblauch when you've gone to 2 Stanley Cup Finals in a row?
Yeah.
How can you blame them? Like Chris Knoblauch, I can't remember the exact stat, but has a ridiculous record. How much do you want to put that on McDavid and Draisaitl having a Stanley Cup contending team? Probably very high.
You gotta have coach that works with these players, utilizes them properly. Yes, he goes to them all the time. Nuclear option. Yeah. Every coach that'll be behind that bench while McDavid and Draisaitl are together, are just simply gonna do it. We know this.
Yep, it's happened with every coach.
Every coach.
So I don't know. I don't necessarily blame the Oilers for extending him. Like, it makes sense. Like, they've had some success. Right now, it's not looking great, of course, and you can blame the coach, but I think there's more blame than just the guy behind the bench. Like, there's tons of blame to go around for this start.
Just really quickly, because you brought up Betty.
Yeah.
He's coached 171 games regular season for the Oilers. 103 wins, 54 losses, 14 overtime losses. That's a .643 winning percentage.
Yeah.
Anyway. Thank you, Sask Oiler fan. I get it. It's fine. Everybody's fired up. I got a little fired up there.
Good.
Keep those texts coming in. 780-218-9999. Matt Kassian will be joining us shortly. The Oilers get their asses kicked by the Buffalo Sabres. Yeah, you heard that right. The Buffalo Sabres smacked Edmonton around 5-1 tonight. Let's go back into the inbox. This one says, big media protects Knoblauch and Nurse. LOL. Well played. Well played. I see what you did there. That was pretty good. Dirty Curdy texting in says, Oilers are so blah. Oh, no, this is Munchmaster Flex. Pardon me. Oilers are so blah. McLeod is still not great. He's one former Oilers player we shouldn't care about being gone. The thing about Frederick acting like a country club is funny. Would any other team give him an 8-year deal? What did he do to prove it? That's one of the softest when he's supposed to be the toughest. Munchmaster Flex, I can't argue that. Like, he has not been what they were expecting. Injury aside, last year and into the playoffs, it's not been good. It's not been good.
I 100% agree with that. Like, he did nothing to prove that he was worth that contract. Yeah. I understand. Like, he had some flair in Boston, but ever since he's been in Edmonton, he has not proven that he even deserves to be on the team right now. Like, I genuinely, like, I think there's a possibility that if he didn't have this no move clause, like, he could have been spending time in the AHL this year.
Well, the way he's playing, I see exactly what you mean.
With this start, if he didn't have a no move, I think they'd consider sending him down. But he's got no move, and and once again, we could talk about how that's sweet. Like, they like to throw around no moves everywhere with every guy they sign.
A lot of teams do.
A lot of teams do that.
They're not the only ones guilty of it. They are guilty of it. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the time on ice tonight. Lazar 9 minutes. Janmark 8:35. Frederick got 12:24. Listen, he's not playing like the guy that got 17 and 18 goals. Simple.
Yep.
Where's that guy? Not on this Oilers team this year. Hasn't shown up yet. All right, let's go get to more texts. Turner says, when are they going to get something out of this bottom 6? How or when does that change? No hitting, no life, no points. Does it come from the room? Bako, trade, and when do we start to panic? I think Turner, people are already panicked and very concerned, to put it mildly.
I honestly didn't think that third line was that bad today. I blamed it more on the top 6. Like, I thought they were the problem more than the bottom 6. But in terms of you looking at the overall season, yes, 100%. They could definitely be a problem.
Like, dude, are they just like waiting for a trade? I don't know. I don't think.
Yeah,
there should be enough there to beat the Buffalo Sabres in that room.
Think about it. The Oilers didn't have Rosvik on the first day of this opening season, like of the regular season. They didn't have Rosvik on opening day. Talk about an Oilers squad without Rosvik right now. I mean, that's think about that.
How many goals are they scoring? Well, they got 1 tonight from him.
Yeah.
Again, they can't even score 3 goals in a game. That's hard for them to do. Dirty Curdy. Sorry, Dirty Curdy. I meant to get to your text earlier. Dirty Curdy says, why is this team's arrogance and expectation that teams will lay down a theme within the culture? And I'm wondering the same thing.
Yep.
We talked about it 5 years ago. Talked about it 3 years ago. Talked about it at times 2 years ago. Talking about it again. It's mind-boggling. All right, let's get to Cass. He's ready to rock. Our game analyst, Matt Kassian, helping us break down Edmonton's 5-1 loss to the Buffalo Sabres. Cass, I mean, I think, listen, people are fired up, and they should be. That was so sad on many levels. Like, come on. And you know, we're talking about potential trap game, but you should be able to be beyond that. But they're not. And here we are again. What'd you see tonight?
I mean, I told you guys before the game, I was like, hey, this could be the one where they hit the switch.
Right.
Turn it around. I thought it. I thought it going in. I was like, yeah, they could do it. This could be the one. I was like, I kind of feeling good about this. Feeling good about it. Hyman's back. They won a game.
Yeah.
And then we get that. There was some shifts that they were good.
Yeah, some.
But sure. Because it was just flat. It was just flat. And I mean, you guys just said it too. Like outside of Roslovic, you don't have that. Where are you at even still as a team? But it was kind of a roll over and die type of game tonight. And it started just getting hemmed in their own zone, nonchalant in their own zone, nonchalant along the walls, getting just, I hesitate to say getting outworked.
Right.
But they just out-battled, just not focusing on winning those battles, like not doing the extra little things to make sure that they win those battles. And it kind of sums up the entirety of the season so far, where it was just, there was some okay moments, but it was just,
Cass, I've been using a term that you brought to my attention years ago when we started doing the pre and post together, like 6-7 years ago, maybe even longer than that. Jeez.
Oh, I know where you're going with this. Keep going though. I like it. Yeah.
They don't have that.
Nope.
None. Very minimal intentionality.
Yeah.
Missing, MIA, non-existent, fleeting. Yep. That's how I would describe their intentionality this year.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's not. It is a good word. I haven't brought it up again this year because I feel like we use it a lot. But you're absolutely right. There's not, right? Like it's like dating your wife, right? It's like if I'm dating my wife.
Okay.
Or if you're in a relationship of sorts and you have a person that you are pursuing from a dating standpoint.
Right.
Right. If you just sit there and you never pick up the phone and you never make the call, you never send the message, you never plan to go on a date, you never plan to spend time together, like it's not just going to fall into your lap, right? You have to be like, okay, if this is what I want, this is what I'm going to do to pursue it.
Got to go.
Now, from a hockey, that's how you grow from a relationship standpoint. Now, from a hockey and a team standpoint, you can say that you want to do the right things all day long. You can say, hey, we're going to battle. Hey, we're going to get back to being fast. Hey, we're going to do this. But then if you don't have any steps forward in actually doing those things, well, then it's just words and it's hot air, right? It's not being intentional about it. It's like, well, if you want to be a fast team, and you want to, as they're starting to talk about, and I still think the biggest part and the biggest problem to me for this team is still their inability to get the puck to their forwards with speed. They're just never threatening off the rush. They're not exiting the zone. They're spending way too much time there, and that starts with their defensemen. So that to me is where the issue is. But where they're not being able to change that at all is just what seems to be a refusal to be like they're not like they're letting themselves be denied. Mm-hmm. Like and they're just kind of going through the motions as opposed to being like, no, this is what we're going to do, and then we're going to actually step out here and do it. This is what we're going to do with having support through low and bumping the puck to the centers and get it to them with speed. When we put the puck to the net, guess what? We are actually going to go to the net and arrive in ill attitude at the net. right in front of our own net. We are going to play with ill attitude, and we're going to get, when the puck's going there, we're going to get there. Right? You have to intentionally, mentally say to yourself, this is what we're going to accomplish. Now, they may be saying that in the locker room, but it only goes so far because they're not executing and doing it on the ice. And they're not going to have any answers. And Knoblauch, we'll see what he says.
No.
We'll see. He's not going to give us anything.
Probably not.
But like, you just, they are not willing at this time to go the extra mile with a shade of intensity to accomplish what they say they want to accomplish.
Yeah. Thanks for the dating advice, by the way, Cass. Appreciate it.
You were taking notes, weren't
Yeah.
you?
You know what, Benny? Here's the biggest one: is ask questions. Treat it like it's an interview. Okay. Biggest one.
Yep. I like talking about this.
Ask questions.
Yeah. Okay.
Ask a lot of questions. There you go.
Yeah, just
Thanks,
remember
You're
a few
welcome.
of the things they say.
Yeah.
And you'll be golden, kid. All right, let's get into the inbox here. The Oilers get their asses kicked 5-1 by the Buffalo Sabres. Tom, Cass, and Ben with you here on the GCL Diesel Oil Stream postgame show. Doesn't sign text guy. Didn't sign this one, but he does say it's not personnel for breakout. Their D-zone coverage is completely different, and it is absolutely abysmal. That Ostlund goal where he just circled around and there were three guys deep. And I think it was Lazar who realized it too late that, I better get there. And then he walked and then he had the screen. There was a screen on Skinner and he buries it. I didn't love that. I didn't like that goal at all from an Oilers standpoint, obviously. But my goodness, like that might be the great example of tonight. Just nothing. Three guys sitting in front of Stu Skinner and a Buffalo player. Well,
Yep.
Yeah.
Ostlund goes around the net, takes a shot. Look at that 2-goal game. Not bad. Unreal, man.
That was Wallman was following him behind the net, and then he backed off thinking he didn't want to chase a winger. So he sits on the post, and whoever's filling in for center, I think it was Lazar.
That's the one. Curtis Lazar was late.
Late to getting him to him.
Yes.
And that's just a lack of communication. Like Wallman, the first thing he should be saying is like telling Lazar, okay, like on him, or I got this guy, take him, or whatever. And it just seemed like there was no communication on that. Left Ostlund, who's picked, was that 7 picks after Savoy in that 2022 draft in Montreal. That guy's got some talent too. So there he's it.
Cass, I want to ask you something because there's been a lot of texts about the coaching, and I get it. We're not giving these guys a pass. Like, there's no way you can give anyone a pass this season, really.
No, I'm getting all kinds of hate. People are ripping me for Stu Skinner. I'm like, I haven't even talked about.
We haven't even talked about him yet.
Again, because it's mean things. They're also saying mean things about me and Knoblauch, and I'm like, what? Like, anyways, I get the text in about it, and I think it's justified.
Okay,
it's justified to pin this on coaching.
Absolutely.
Well, part of it, not all of it. Part of it.
Sask Oiler fan earlier said, fire him. And we went into a little thing before you hopped on, and I'm like, they're not going to unless things go so sideways.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, contract extension, his record, what he's done with this team. It has to, and again, we remind ourselves, even though there's a lot to be desired this season, they're still in the mix somehow.
Yep.
Right? Like,
somehow.
They're right there. They can't win more than 2 games in a row. They can't score more than 3 goals in a game. Defensive coverage sucks. Can't get a save most of the time. There's so many issues, and they're still kind of there. Anyway, Sean Z texts in and says, I'm so done with Knoblauch. My season tickets are getting more difficult to justify. Rant over. And then Sean Z adds, I'm waiting for the annual post-American Thanksgiving Tom Gazzola. This team needs to be better at. Sean Z, we could probably do that rant after every game. Every single one of us.
Yeah.
They need to be better. They so need to be better. Bad Billy. Let's hear Bad Billy. Bad Billy says, hey, Tommy and the crew. Benny was saying Ellis was that great, but hey, he made 32 of 33 saves and Skinner didn't. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just.
Yep. But how many? I mean, is it right, guys, to have to compare them for this game? to say that the reason the Oilers lost, like
one guy saw pressure in his head.
Yeah.
The other guy,
yeah,
The other guy saw guys in orange and blue going around the outside.
Yeah.
It's like that Eminem song. Around the outside.
Yeah.
Like it's two
and for all you
girls going outside.
Skinner scapegoat syndrome people, this is not us excusing Stuart Skinner.
No, he was not.
This is just saying it's pointless to compare the two of them and to be like, well, Ellis was so much better, and that's why the Sabres won. No. Was Ellis better? Yes. Was it part of the reason? Yes. But guess what? How many minutes did the Oilers spend with sustained pressure in the Buffalo zone?
Out of the 60 that were played tonight,
Stuart Skinner's fault.
Maybe 58 seconds of sustained pressure, and I'm hyperbolizing.
Skinner's fault. Yeah, like just not very much, right? There was not a lot of sustained pressure, not consistent, your momentum wasn't built shift to shift. And Ellis, did he make a couple saves? Yeah, he made a couple saves. Was he overly challenged? Like, are we looking at this being like, oh man, they had so many chances, and if only Ellis wasn't in net, they would have won this game? No. Because they were just way too flat as a whole. And that includes Stuart Skinner. He's a part of that too. It wasn't good enough. Not even close. Not even close.
No.
And you know what was maybe one of the things that is I'm just thinking about this, and I'm just kind of getting frustrated about it now. And I thought it earlier, and then they lost, and now I thought about it again. So I should have wrote it down. But and you kind of went through it, I guess, a little bit when you're discussing the goals against. But the Oilers' play in front of their own net tonight was just such absolute garbage. And it just frustrates me. Because it's just, again, and I get fronting people, I get getting out of the way of some shots, but it's just like, I don't know. It just, the intentionality in front of the net of being like, no, I'm going to stop this from happening. Isn't there?
Hasn't been a whole lot of that.
No.
Joaquin, when he filled in for Game Changers last pregame show, he mentioned Damon Bunting's real estate, the best real estate in front of your own net, in front of the other team's net. Take care of those two spots. You have a good chance of winning tonight. They ended up winning, but they also weren't great at that. Tonight was another great example of why those two spots on the ice are very important, because the Oilers didn't take care of either of those net fronts. It was, it's a big reason why they have the record they have.
More texts. Lots coming in. I'm going to read as many as I can. To Sask Oilers, I wasn't cut out. You brought your text brought up a point that a lot of people are making, so that's why I'm referencing it anyway. And it got me fired up, which I enjoyed. That was fun. This one goes. It's out of Saskatoon. Congratulations, by the way, Saskatchewan. Yep. Dwayne says, Oilers made Ellis look good. He probably won't have another win for weeks. That's the Oiler way. Well done, Dwayne.
At least Dostal turned out to be a pretty solid goalie when the Oilers had their run in with him, and everyone was talking like this about him. At least he turned out to be a solid goalie. I don't know if Ellis is going to have that type of turnout of a career. I mean, who knows? But
yeah, pump your brakes on Ellis here. He's had like 5 games, and look where Buffalo is in the standings.
Yeah.
Cactus cut potatoes in. I like this one. It's Dustin Schwartz's fault.
It is. Yeah.
I like that one.
Okay, I'll go to this one. Also, a lot of Saskatchewan numbers coming in today. I love it. Again, good job. I would have thought
they would all been too whatever, hungover and out of commission.
They enjoy chaos.
Maybe a lot of days off. A lot of days off in Saskatchewan today.
Yeah, maybe that's true. Yeah.
Slow moving day in Sasky today. Good job.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to this one. It says, I'm a critic of Skinner. He will give people lots of time for griping, but this game isn't it. Team was awful. Ozone system is awful. D-zone awareness is awful. Nurse throwing floaters from the point when a cycle is going. Awful. Let's get on Skinner when it's warranted. Not tonight. Good rationale there. All right, let's go to this one. It says the Oilers couldn't have scored 3 on an E-Bug Zamboni driver tonight. Great reference. Benny said that AAA midget goalie
I think would have had 1 goal against tonight. Yeah. Genuinely, there just wasn't enough high danger chances for the Oilers to even make it look like a goalie had to make a hard save tonight. They did not make it difficult for Ellis at all tonight.
Yeah. Another text just came in and says they did have sustained pressure. when they pulled Skinner.
Mm.
Well, yeah. And then when they lost the puck,
Extra guy, man.
one went in, and then the rest were icings. Let's go to Coach Mike. Says Wallman and Nurse is an adventure. Can Knobloch tweak the pairings in any way, or has he tried everything? Nurse and Wallman have been an adventure. That's a good point by Coach Mike. Cass, I'll put it to you. Like, what can you do with this defense? They tried Nurse and Bouchard briefly. Shockingly, it didn't go that well.
Shocking.
Kulak's had some tough times this year, and usually he's a steady hand, right?
He's been rough recently.
Yeah. Well, you know where I think, and this is where the challenge will be, is Ekholm isn't at the level that we've seen. Kind of ever since Four Nations last year, he just hasn't been the same. Hasn't got to that level. Hasn't been the Bouch whisperer with that pairing. And Kulak, I think that's the other big difference you notice this year is Kulak hasn't been at the level that we've seen him at either.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know why. Maybe that's just back-to-back runs and the inability to have long summers to train and to build your body back up. Does that have something to do with it? Possibly. I don't know. But Kulak, yeah, he's been now, and how much of it is on him and how much of it is just on the defense and as a whole, like in the rest of the team around him too. Mm-hmm. But I think those two guys just, we talk about everybody. Bouchard too, right? Nurse had his issues. Yeah. Bouchard has had his issues. Now Kulak has had some of his issues, and Ekholm has had his issues. And now I just went through like four of your guys. Yeah. And it's like, well, if those four guys, we could all look at every single one of them and say, hey, these guys have all had their serious issues this year, or games where they, not just one or two games, but like significant stretches of games where they've struggled. Guess what? You got a problem. Now, how do you fix it? Maybe put Paul Coffey back on the bench. I don't know. Like,
he's living in Toronto again.
I'm just saying.
Brought up his name.
I'm just saying, like, and that is me just saying that. I know it's not going to happen.
I know.
It's not going to happen. But like, you're trying to figure out what you're going to do, and that's kind of from the start of the year where I'm like, I don't know over the summer if they did enough to address their D. And I know the Wallman is a big one and a signing, but I was still kind of of the opinion that they needed another top four guy.
I said they did today. I still think they need another guy.
I still think so too. But so what do I think they can do? Well, they can try to find a trade, but what are you going to trade? Who are you going to trade?
Yeah.
Well, I could make a couple of suggestions that people would like, but it's unlikely.
Charlie McAvoy from Boston. Start talking that or something. Like it's probably not going to happen.
Actually, Boston's had a surprisingly good run.
Yeah, they've actually been pretty solid this year. I hear Toronto is looking at getting rid of guys for hockey deals. That's what Elliott was saying. I think the Blues are looking at trades, but like all these guys that we can list off are just one, the Oilers don't have cap space, and two, they don't have a whole lot of capital either. Like this, it just doesn't make sense right now.
This text comes in from Golf Guy Steve. Says, hey fellas, I had a friend on my hockey team chat say, fire the defense coach. Oil Country always needs a scapegoat behind the bench. I say that. Yes, Golf Guy Steve, I'm laughing because like they're always, we look for something. I'll give Oil Country credit. People here care to the point where they want to look for solutions and they recommend things and we discuss them. And very rarely do any of the wants and desires come to fruition. Sometimes they do, but I get where that comes from. That's how I look at it, is people look for solutions here. And so they throw stuff out. Some of them are good ideas, actually. All right. I've seen a lot of text coming in. If you guys think all they need is another top 4D, who is going down the lineup? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to be desired. And then I want to read this one more. Do we have anything from the room?
Nothing yet.
I'm just checking. Okay, this one comes in and it says, on the Sabres broadcast, the play-by-play guy said, the net is empty for Edmonton, and the analyst said, it's been empty the entire night. Did they really say that?
Yeah.
Actually?
That'd be amazing.
That clip? If that's true, I think that's a funny text, first of all. That's why I read it.
If that's the case, send it our way.
Please fire that out. It's cheeky. Actually, I'm not going to say you shouldn't say that. Cass, like they have back-to-backs coming up here Wednesday, Thursday. I don't even know which team shows up.
Nope. No idea. But That's been the year.
Yeah.
It's a mixed bag. You don't know what you're getting. I mean, we've talked about how like the Oilers get up for big games, but then you had the Colorado game, and
they didn't even show up for that one.
They did not show up for that one. So
yeah,
but then they showed up for that Mammoth game when they were hot.
Montreal was riding high.
Montreal was riding high. Yeah,
that one was obviously by the seat of their pants, as we were saying before. Yeah. It's so like all over the map, game to game, period to period. 5-minute stretch to 5-minute stretch. Sometimes they're okay. Sometimes they're god awful.
Box of chocolates. Little Forrest Gump wisdom.
Yeah.
Right.
Get those.
No, they don't got. Yeah. There's something to just. I mean, on occasion, yeah, you get the chocolate covered salted caramel, and it's delicious.
Love those.
It's delicious.
So good.
But then sometimes you get the weird one that's got like the raspberry something kind of gooey stuff, but it's not that gooey. It's like too liquidy and it's sour, and you're like, and you're just like, this isn't good. Like, who actually likes this? And I'm sorry if you're someone that likes this, but you're insane. Number one, and but you don't know which one those are, right? Because they all look the same, and you're like, I don't know. This looks the exact same as all the other ones. So you try it, and you're like, no, that was horrible. And that's where we're at with this team.
Let's get to the turning point of the game, presented by Advantage Sport Medicine and Physiotherapy. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists. You've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach trusted by the best in the game at Advantage Sport Medicine. Book your assessment today. www.advantagesportmed.ca or call 780-460-9977. Even when Buffalo retook the lead, I thought Edmonton might have a chance, but that second Ostlund goal, like that's where it was like game over, right? 7:55 into the third period to make it a 3-goal lead. That's going to be your Advantage Sport Medicine and Physiotherapy turning point of the game, because there's always hope. We've watched so many 2-goal leads, whether it's the Oilers losing it or the Oilers clearing out a 2-goal lead and catching up this season, that you're like, okay, there's still a hope that they might be able to pull it off. But once that second Ostlund goal went in, that was it. Game over. Turning point for me. Anything to add there, Cass?
Yep. No, I think you nailed it there, because I think the deflate was real after that. Yep. Like there was some hope when they tied it up, and then just the wind completely out of the sails after that. Like it was, and I think it was the manner in which that goal was scored too. Like where you kind of, it wasn't like a lucky bounce. It wasn't that. It was like they earned that one. You know, Buffalo earned that one and applied pressure with it. And I think that just deflated Edmonton.
They took what they were given, and they were given a lot, and they earned it. So that's a good way to put it. All right. You can keep those texts coming in. We're going to take a look ahead with Cass here to this back-to-back. It starts with Washington on Wednesday, and then on Thursday, oh boy, you get Tampa. And I know Tampa has kind of had a so-so season as well. Tampa, as of today, 9-7-2. Edmonton falls to 9-8-4. Washington has also had a tough go this season. 9-8-2 is their record. Everybody's kind of in that mucky middle right now. It's huge in the NHL. Even Florida, 9-8-1 as of right now. So, Cass, they've struggled in back-to-backs all season long. They have one win in 6 back-to-back games. They, front end, back end, whatever. They have one win, and this will be their 4th set of back-to-backs already this season. You're in Washington. It can be a tough building. I think Ovechkin scored again tonight. How do you look at this next couple of games here, starting in Washington?
I don't even know, guys. I don't even know. And you can't make massive roster changes. There's no trade imminent here. It is on this group to find solutions internally. And what does that mean? It means play with some freaking intentionality and urgency and desperation. We hear those words, but we're not seeing it. We're not seeing that decisiveness in play. We're not seeing that decisiveness and that attitude of we are not going to be denied. Now there's the expectation we're just going to win, but that's different. That's different. Like an expectation of we're just going to win is different than a mentality of like, no, we're not going to be denied. Like just expecting to win versus no, we're going to shove our game all up in your kitchen and all your business, and we're just going to dominate you. It's completely different than being like, oh yeah, I think we're just going to win tonight. Completely different mentality. And so it just depends on which attitude they come to the rink with. Right? Do we see hey, we actually really got to start putting these points away? Because yes, we're still in the mix, but so are a heck of a lot of other teams.
Right. That's true.
So, yeah, it just all depends on who we see. And we have no idea. There's no way for us to know.
Roll the dice.
No way.
Roll the dice.
Flip a coin. Yeah.
Where's that D100 that Reed keeps
I was literally just about to say, how about that 100-sided die?
Yeah.
There? Let's throw that. See the type of effort. Scale from 1 to 100.
Yeah.
How there's effort's going to be tonight.
Oh, I'm going to read this one from Dandy Andy. It says McKinnon plus 19. McDavid minus 1. Just saying.
One guy's playing on a team that's pretty damn good right now.
Wow.
Others not playing. But I mean, Connor's to blame. He's part of the blame for
part of it. Yeah.
For this record right now. I thought in the past 3, maybe even 4 games before this one, since the Colorado one, I thought the top guys were going. Tonight, I thought they had zero juice, just nothing.
Cass, I thought you had a lot of jam, a lot of juice. You played with intentionality on the post-game show and pre-game show tonight.
Get you out there.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm just like, man, that's horrible analysis to say. Looking ahead to Wednesday, what do you expect? I have no idea, but that's just the reality of where we're at with this group right now. So I feel bad, but thank you. I appreciate it, Tom.
Buddy, get some rest, and we'll see you.
Thank
soon.
you.
There you go.
Sounds good.
There's our game analyst, Matt Kassian, helping us break down the Oilers' 5-1 loss at the hands of the Buffalo Sabres tonight. Jeez.
That still hasn't sounded any better. It still hasn't sounded a whole lot better.
Bad. That's really bad.
It's been 47 minutes of on the air, and that still does not sound pleasing.
Yeah, that's pretty stinky. All right, let's go inside the Oilers locker room. Who do we have here?
We
Benny?
have Kulak or Knobloch. What do you want?
Let's hear from Brett Kulak first.
Okay.
Then we'll decide if we want to hear from Chris Knobloch, because it's usually, like some people have pointed out, and correctly, the same every game.
Okay. Here is Brett Kulak.
Tonight, and what you felt like was the difference here?
Yeah, I thought we actually came out with a pretty good start the first few shifts and built a little bit of momentum, but then I think, it was just a case of, not executing. Ran into a pretty good goalie over there. He's playing well, and just not really playing to the level we want to get to.
Yeah, speaking of that level, we've seen that level in spurts sometimes. What seems to get away from this club when you're not on your game right now, Brett?
Yeah, we're all feeling that. Like you say, it's been spurts of where we're playing what we want to play like, and it's just not enough. We got to put in full 60-minute efforts, and I think just got to keep working away at it right now. Everyone's got to find some chemistry with their line mates and just up a little bit, everybody.
How do you guys kind of hit the reset button here to make sure that, starting with game 22 onwards, that you guys are playing Oilers hockey?
Yeah, I think it's just, you got to keep preparing for the next game to be at your best when the puck drops. So I think that's what everyone's focused on, and I think it may not happen overnight, but slowly we'll find our game here and get in a good rhythm.
Was it the speed of the Buffalo Sabres that were giving you guys the most challenge today, especially in the transition?
Yeah, they're a good skating team for sure, but I don't know if that was solely the reason, but. Yeah, I think just little things, not strong enough defensively.
There, that
Bang
last
on.
line. Nailed
Hang
it.
on. I mean, to me, it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, they're a good team over there. You can't even say that. It's Buffalo.
Yeah. Tony gave him an out to be like, is it their transition, their speed?
He goes, no. It was completely on us.
Yeah, that was good. That was handled well.
Yeah.
So, there you go. 780-218-9999. Man, people are fired up. Rightly so. Rightly so. People are sending in pictures of Craig McTavish pulling out Harvey the Hound's tongue. This one says, did you guys think that maybe they're not as good as last year? 2 players do not make a team. That's from Andrew. Yeah, Andrew, seriously, I think we have thought about that. It's disappointing because they have good players.
I've been saying I think this will be a step back year for them. I still had them making playoffs, and I still think they will.
I said that on July 1st.
Yeah. To me, they made in the offseason, they made tough decisions and tough moves, but that I thought that he needed to make. Losing Perry, Kane, Connor Brown, those were older guys that were going to only regress, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. I guess Corey Perry's turning into a 40-goal scorer.
Unreal, by the way.
Good for him, man. Yeah. Good for him. I really liked him when he was here.
Very impressive.
Yeah, but to make those moves and to bring in guys like Savoy and Howard and just give some young guys some opportunity, I thought was the right choice in the time, because I think of course you want them to go win the Stanley Cup this year, but they're focused on more and more years past that. I think Savoy and Howard will play big roles in that in the future, but with that will come at the cost of a step back this year. That's been my prediction. Roslovic's been a very nice ad, which I think everyone is surprised about how big of an ad that is.
Can I ask you something about Roslovic? Because I know now, and naturally, and I think rightly so, with the way he's played and the results he's gotten, people are starting to be like, well, maybe sign him to an extension. I'm a little, I understand where that comes from. I'm a little leery of that just yet.
You can't sign him to an extension until January 1, I believe.
Right. But
I think by then, if he's still playing the way he is, by January 1, I would be open to extension talks. Yeah. I would entertain that if I were the Oilers.
He's been very effective.
If he continues to play the way he has for another month and a half, okay. Maybe this is just the player that we have, that we see here in Edmonton, that clicks really well with McDavid and Draisaitl. But we're going to keep alluding to it. The scouting report on him heading into Edmonton was, he looks very, very good for a while, and then he disappears for a while. And then he looks very good. Like it's very up and down. Yeah. So right now, it's been a whole lot of up. It started off low, but it's been a whole lot of up. Even when this team's looked bad, he's still looked solid. I mean, there was that nasty play he made on the blue line there, where he's protecting that puck and he keeps it in the zone while like fighting off a guy and staying onside and then feeding Savoy. Like there was plays he made look, and obviously scores the only goal today for the Oilers. But I mean, I was saying this before the Roslovic signing, and of course he's adding value, but yeah, I still don't think this team is obvious. Like they're not what they were last year, even the year before. So I don't know.
Last year, I mean, after the win against Carolina, somebody texted in, they're like 2 points behind last year's pace. Yeah, from the weekend. So they're kind of right there again.
They are.
You know,
it's just the
process is very frustrating.
Yes, and when it comes playoff time, obviously you hit a new gear. I am way more prone to trust Corey Perry, Evander Kane, Connor Brown than Matt Savoy, David Tomaszek, and whoever you want to throw in there. Maybe Howard's playing on this team. Who knows? You'd be a lot more prone to trust the veterans and the young guys in the playoffs.
They got dogged for being too old last year, too. That was something that was brought up a lot, and I don't disagree with that.
They needed to get younger,
yeah,
but it's going to come at a cost, and that's maybe a chance at a Stanley Cup this year.
All right, let's go to Big Dave before we go. We have Chris Knobloch. Let's go to Big Dave here. Big Dave says, all the trades and coaching changes in the world won't solve the issues for this Oilers team. The leaders don't lead until they do. We will continue to watch uninspired hockey. That one's from Big Dave.
And I wonder if they lack a little bit of leader. I truly believe Corey Perry is a big leader in that locker room last year and the year before. I believe Duncan Keith was a big leader in that room when he was here. Like I think you benefit off of having those old veterans that just like that know what it takes to win a Stanley Cup and then have been there and done that. This Oilers team has been in back-to-back Stanley Cup finals. I understand that, but they haven't won it. To me, I put a lot of value in guys that have won it and they've been very good at their position for a very long time.
Good point.
I think they miss a guy like that right now.
I can't disagree with that. Yeah. All right, let's hear from head coach Chris Knobloch following Edmonton's 5-1 loss to the Buffalo Sabres.
1-1, and then what did you kind of see happen after that in favor of Buffalo?
I thought we got off to a pretty good start. I thought there was good chances and energy. And then after their power play goal, I thought we let up a little bit just with confidence or emotion. We just didn't have the same jump as we had starting the game. And after that, I thought Buffalo played with that emotion, that speed, and were the better team the second half of the game.
You've kind of discussed defensively what you've seen in your own zone. What did you see tonight, and is it a similar pattern that maybe you've witnessed in other defeats?
No, I don't think it's been the same. That was a little bit different tonight. usually we've been giving up a lot of chances off the rush. Tonight that wasn't the case. I thought we did a pretty good job on that. Defensive zone, they had us running around, and just whether we're getting beat to the net or maybe even a couple times, certainly on one of the goals I can remember, is just not being aggressive enough, where we're so tight in the middle that just letting him walk around, where we got to be a little more assertive there. Then that's unfortunately I'm not seeing a pattern.
Chris, what comes to mind when you hear that your team's record away from home ice is 4-7-2 so far? We're always disappointed after any loss, and we've always got expectations that we can be better, and we want to work on things like whether it's our breakout, our ozone play. There's a lot of things that we can get better. We can make our team harder to play against, and right now I don't know, I think we're a lot of things to clean up.
Not the first time we've talked about Jack Roslovic, and probably not the last, but is his sort of ability to continue to play at a certain level and maybe even get better every game impressed you, considering he didn't have a training camp?
Yeah, we've been very fortunate to have Jack on our team, and he's been providing a lot, pushing the pace of our game, being able to just carry the puck into the zone. Obviously, the goals, he's had many of those. It's been a nice addition. We'd like to get some more contributions from throughout our lineup, but Jack has been a good player for us, obviously.
Okay, you and I both kind of looked at each other when we heard him say, unfortunately, I'm not seeing a pattern.
And then gave a little look to, I don't know if it was a reporter or someone. How can you blame him? Like, he hasn't seen a pattern. We've been talking about this all show. It's a mixed bag is what this team is right now. There is no consistency. There's no pattern to their game right now.
The only pattern is they find a new and creative way to lose.
Yes.
And to disappoint everybody.
Yes.
That's the only common thing.
The odd time they'll find a new way to win a game, or you go like, how did that happen? Like that just I look back at the Montreal game, like the Carolina game on Saturday. I'm like, that was the worst 2-0 lead I've ever seen. I'm like,
you knew it was getting blown up.
Yeah. I'm like, how do they have a 2-0 lead and then they kind of wake up in the third and they win it? It's like, oh, okay, well, I guess we're talking about a win tonight. But
sure.
It's just, they're currently finding every way to either win or lose a game right now.
Yeah.
And with that's leading to a disappointing record, but for how the Oilers' standards are early in the season, it's actually not the worst. But here we are. I think everyone would like a better one.
Without question. All right, let's get to the Damon Bunting Real Estate Player of the Game. Damon Bunting, consistent top producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area. Community driven, understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, or visit his Instagram at Damon Bunting Real Estate. What were you giggling at over there?
Do I have to give a player of the game?
Yes.
Okay.
You can pick it from anybody on the ice tonight.
You know what? I'm going to stay Oilers here.
Oh, really?
I'm going to stay Oilers.
Really?
Yep. I'm going to have
Really?
This is going to be a hot take.
Okay.
This is going to be a hot take.
Let's hear it.
You might disagree with me on this one.
I'm just enjoying this.
Ever since his benching, I think this player has turned a corner, not to a $10.5 million worth defenseman corner.
Hey? You went there today.
I didn't mind his game tonight.
You know you could pick from the other team too, right?
Okay, Ostlund is he's your player of the game. I want to give a little credit to number 2. Okay, listen, I understand he's the guy that everyone wants to crap on. I get it, and God, he brutal for a large majority of this season.
Yeah,
brutal. But I think the benching has gotten to him a little bit.
Good.
I think he's like, how many gaffes today did we talk about Bouchard having today?
Surprisingly, not many tonight.
Not many, which is progress.
Yeah, that is.
I just want to know,
sadly,
Bouchard progress.
Good.
But yeah, what's his name? Victor Ostlund? I'm blanking. Maybe I'm thinking Victor Olofsson. But
yeah, you're thinking of Olofsson.
Yeah, young guy who only had 1 NHL goal before tonight, scores 2. I understand he is first star of the game, so I'm giving an honorable mention.
Ostlund.
For a guy from Sweden named Noah.
That's a nice name.
Yeah, good for him. But yeah, I will say Ostlund, player of the game. You noticed him, good young player. I'll give an honorable mention. I know I have so many people punching their steering wheel right now. I know. I'm sorry. I had to.
You're creating collisions out there.
I know. Sorry. Any accidents you want to report, we can report those too. Yeah.
24-16 time on ice, 6 shots, 3 block shots, 1 giveaway for Evan Bouchard, who Benny highlighted for a good thing tonight, and that's not having the most blunders on the team or the most costly ones.
Progress.
You know, this isn't a rights holders broadcast, so you don't have to kiss their butt.
No, I'm well aware. I would just, you know, I'm a glass half full guy.
I appreciate
that.
that.
I'm optimistic.
That's a good trait.
I said that I still think they're going to make the playoffs. People are pushing back on that too. We'll see. We'll ultimately see.
I love this out of Sask. Pod Colson. Just the text.
Okay.
Pod Colson.
Okay. You know what? That's probably should have been the guy.
I like that he went after
Krebs after the hit he made on McDavid.
Good for Krebs for wanting it.
Yep.
And taking the fight. And finally, the damn linesman gets the green light from the ref. Let him go.
Just like, yeah.
Let them go.
Yeah. Yeah, I good for him. He's so consistent with Pod Colson. He is not like the Oilers. I understand he plays in the Oilers. He's not like the Oilers. He has a pattern to his game. He has a consistency to his game. He goes out there and he hits guys. And he works his ass off.
It's a simple equation.
And he'll stick up for a teammate if he has to.
I appreciate that.
Good for him.
Good point.
No.
Taco texting in says, this has been the most frustrating season in many years. I have to admit it has gotten to the point where I'm not watching every game like I used to. Frustrating is a completely valid way to describe this team this season.
Yep. Yeah.
Game to game, we have no idea what the hell we're going to talk about outside of them leaving a lot for us to desire.
If the Oilers were bad and just consistently bad, all you guys at home don't even have to watch the game. You're just like, okay, well, they're bad. So why would I watch? But it's the fact that they give you a taste. They're like, oh, whoa, okay, hold on. This is a team here. Wait a second. Okay, maybe they're coming. Maybe they're actually better than I thought. Oh, and then nope. Here we are. Same thing. It's currently a cycle right now that they can't beat. We'll see if they eventually get out of it. Who knows if they will.
So that clip, do you want to run it? Do you have time to scoop it up?
The which one? The
one about they haven't had a goalie in the net the whole game.
If
yeah, you want me to send it to you?
Please, DM it to the Edmonton Sports Talk Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Or if you have it on Twitter. Is
I can do it. It's not. Well,
where is it?
It was sent on Reddit.
Okay, if you can send me that link on the Twitter.
Hang on, I'm looking.
Or if you can download the video and send it to me, whatever works.
Okay, I'll send it to you. I'm going to send it to
Edmonton Sports Talk.
The Twitter?
Yeah.
I'll DM you. Okay, read off a couple of texts while we get this. I want us to hear it.
Yeah,
I want the audience to hear it.
I'd be very
I was kind of like, did they really say that?
Yeah.
And not that I didn't believe it.
No, yeah, just
sometimes we paraphrase things.
Yeah. I saw one text that I'm missing.
Which one?
Okay, so I saw not minding a player's game that makes 10.5 mil is crazy. He's the 4th highest paid defenseman. Dahlin looked way better and only cost $500K more. 100%, and I'm willing to admit that this is very much kissing ass. I get it. But I just wanted to point out the progress. I'm just
You're
that's
being
all I'm
optimistic.
saying. I'm not saying Bouchard was incredible tonight. I'm not saying he's been incredible all season. I'm simply saying I think if you look at his game in Colorado, if you look at his game in against the Islanders, those games were literally the bottom of the bottom type games you can have as a defenseman.
Right.
The absolute worst you can go.
He
is not there anymore. He hasn't had one of those games. I currently think I believe he is getting towards his potential so far. While his team has been bad tonight, I thought he wasn't the main reason why they were bad tonight.
That's nice. I'm glad you explained yourself. You showed your work. Well done. I have DM'd you the video. That'll be our last thing tonight. I'll get to some more texts. The Oilers lose 5-1 to the Buffalo Sabres. Betty Thompson, Tom Gazzola with you, wrapping this bad boy up. Let's go to Guy on a Forklift. Says, watching these Oilers is like watching your dog drag his dirty butt across the carpet. Once again, the team leader is hiding in the back of the locker room during interviews. Typical. That's Guy on a Forklift. Thank you for the mental image of the dog wiping his butt on the carpet. Gross.
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, that's never good.
My dog does that sometimes.
It happens. They do that. Dogs are full of love, and they are wonderful creatures, which I adore. This text says, still need a goalie. I wanted to get to that one just because I don't disagree. I going into this year is like, let's see what Stu Skinner could do. It's make it or break it. It's more break it so far this year. Yeah. And I think we're all kind of the mind like, yeah, well, if you can upgrade, do it. What is a valid upgrade? Who's out there? It's kind of slim pickings, but if they can make it happen,
okay.
I think it's getting to that point where we're like, yep. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so we have the clip.
I think I have it. I think I have the proper settings on it. So I'm going to send this over.
Let's fire it up.
And hopefully this works.
Okay.
Empty net. Sorry, Rob. Go ahead.
Yeah, empty net for Edmonton.
Yeah, it has been most of the night, so it's a difference. But
ooh, Rob Ray from the top rope. That was Dan Dunleavy, Rob Ray. That was just funny. And they're right. Got him. Well done. All right, Benny, final thoughts going into Wednesday.
Yeah, disappointing. Brutal loss to a brutal team that actually isn't that brutal compared to the rest of the Eastern Conference. They're just so compact right now.
Mm-hmm.
I keep saying this, but like, can we just find some consistency? Can we try to turn this tide a little bit here, Oilers? Like, can we just turn this around a little bit?
Do something,
please. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Probably not. We're probably gonna. I don't know. Who knows? We could be talking about a win Wednesday. They play Tampa,
Washington, and Tampa.
Washington.
Yeah.
Like, Washington's not the greatest of teams this year. They can easily go into Washington and beat them. We're like talking about, oh, okay, yeah, the Oilers look good, but it shouldn't be surprising to anyone. No matter the outcome on Wednesday, you shouldn't be surprised. So it's hard for me to go, okay, yeah, expect this next game. Like Cass said, like, you don't really know what's going to happen.
I don't even think the coach knows what's going to happen.
No. So, you know what? I guess that kind of leads to somewhat of an exciting game on Wednesday because we don't know what's going to happen. So, I guess let's wait for that.
Above average says, me sad. Hang in there, Trev.
Me too.
You can vent all morning tomorrow on the Nielsen Show with Dusty and Lieutenant Eric. Another text goes in and says, hey, watch your mouth with that, Ben Thompson. According to Kulak, that's a good quote unquote team over there.
It's not a good team. They've missed the playoffs for how many years now? What, like 11?
14.
14, sorry.
Yeah, but Kulak being too nice to them. Very generous.
He's a Stony Plain boy.
He's a very nice guy.
Very, very Alberta. Good Albertan.
Great guy.
Doesn't want to hurt any feelings.
No. We're fired up tonight. I really appreciate it. I mean, there's some good back and forth in the text line, and the chat's still going. Absolutely brutal loss to the Buffalo Sabres. The Oilers get kicked around 5-1 by the team that was sitting in last in the Eastern Conference as of this morning. They're tied with the Toronto Maple Leafs now, those Buffalo Sabres, at 18 points, bottom of the East. The Oilers will search for a victory on Wednesday against the Washington Capitals. We're live on location. Hudson's, White Avenue. Come join me. It's going to be great. I think it's Belsey. Belsey usually is on location as well. We get to hang out. The White Avenue location is fantastic. Beautiful setting, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So please join us if you can. You want to watch with some pals? Come on down to Hudson's White Avenue. That's going to do it for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream post-game show. 5-1. They lose to Buffalo. Those Oilers. Plenty of breakdown tomorrow, starting with Dusty and Eric and Trev on the Nielsen Show. All throughout the day. Reed's back as well. Joaquin's back as well. And they're going to be fired up. If they're anything like they were in the ESD chat tonight, they're going to be fired up tomorrow on their shows. For Benny and Cass, I'm Tommy, saying have a great night. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.